Hey everyone, sorry we just need to do a bit of setup and then we should be good. So let me just play something in the background for you. Pop into my own chat thing. There we go. You guys can listen to I don't know. Hmm. I don't know what game should I choose. I guess I'll be a basic little bitch. D. Boom. There we go. Close Discord and that should be good. Hi Nix. What? She knows that I immediately want streaming. Hi. You want me to turn on the fan for you? That tail flick of yes. Fine. One sec, cat. She looks happy. Guess I did my part there. She's licking herself now. Hi Zenny, thanks for the Sean. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Sorry that there's nothing on screen just yet. Just gotta load into Krita. No worries. Uni. Hope you're doing good. Stardew Valley. Krita. Can you guys see the screen? No. Now you can see it, but I have to readjust the size. Great. No, not the ad. Transform. Fuck. I am definitely a professional streamer. Alright. Move my phone. It's been a little while since I've drawn, so. See how that goes. I forgot that I was still wearing my black ring. Ah well. Not like you can see my hands. I did temporarily turn off the game switch for now. Welcome back. I'm sorry that the ad took you out of it for a sec. It should be 30 seconds of ads for 1 hour of streaming, but Twitch doesn't seem to like me doing stuff, so. Guess I'll give this option back to you guys. Channel points. Excuse me, Twitch Mobile. I was trying to get to the... Not do that. There we go. But yeah, like I said, how are you doing, Yumi? Hope you're doing good. Okay. Right, I did all this fucking shit. Alright. Head, gone. Back hair, gone. create another one on top of this. Then I guess we got design. So with this outfit, ooh, nice. What were you playing? The only thing I guess that we had to swap out is this guy. After I put my brush back down to 20. Beaut. Could go for a tailcoat design. Secret of Mana. Ooh. What's that game like, if you don't mind me asking? No, not raid. It just happened to switch to the same sound effect you use for raids. Beaut. What mix? Hi. What cutie patootie? You came over for pets. Nix is my cat. Hi. Mwah. Did you just come over for pets? No worries. Never apologize for having to disappear for whatever reason. If I expected you guys to be here 24/7, I'd be disappointed all the time. No, I have not. Is it like an MMO? RPG? 10-15? Old school RPG, very colorful. Now, when you say old RPG, are we talking like original Fallout RPG? Or are we talking about like text-based, sort of like those text-based adventure kinds? Or are we talking... I remember another distinct variation. Like 8-bit adventure kind of RPG. Because RPG has gotten like super broad now that even things like what's it called? 90s RPG, running around, kind hack and slash kind of thing. Pixelated. Yeah, so kind of like original Fallout 4, which is an RPG. You do have choices, but it's not as like visually detailed, or doesn't have as much variety of gameplay as what modern games have now. I see. Yeah, sounds like fun. Good, timeless, classic fun. Just unfortunate that most of the games I end up playing for stream is the dating sim-esque, but yeah, it's the niche that apparently my audience wants me to do the most, so I think we'll not do that for now. Just for now. We can add it in post. Just want to get this design down. Yeah, might have been in the ad clip, but like, when you were off doing your keyboard thing. But I have a cat. She's sitting on the bed, licking herself and rolling on the bed right now. So, doing cat things. But yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Battle mechanics are simple. Main protagonist, meatbag, sword wielder. The other two go between magic and weapons. That checks out, yeah. Classic sort of hero story kind of story. Which is, honestly, like I said, good old fun. Lots of people like try and make fun of old school RPGs, like, oh my goodness, look how dated it is, but they're fun. And you get what you paid for, really. Which is lots of fun with lots of detail throughout it. Could we go for a, like, fluffy design for it? Like the purely aristocratic design? How's that look for the model? Head. That might actually work. Ruffles? Alright, I'll do my best. I actually don't own any ruffled shirts. I want to. They look so good. I don't know how many people have actually seen, like, medieval ruffled shirts, but they're such beautiful things. To really give that aristocratic feel, we have to go for a more flat edge to the shoulder. Most because in tailored suits you want to get the nice ends, assuming you're making ruffles originally. It wasn't a part of the original design, but I mean, it works so well with the head model, right? Look at that. That's an aristocratic head, right? I don't know if you've actually seen any of the art that I've done for this channel yet, but bring the hair down. This model has 3 piercings on the left ear and 1 on the other. Filler suits are so stiff and padded. They are, but for a reason. So the main reason why they look so stiff is because they're designed to be. They essentially were supposed to make royals look more handsome than what they really were. Like, make them feel really cool and this big, macho, powerful figure, despite most of them never picking up a sword in their entire life. So they were supposed to look all this big and powerful in these tailor-made suits. As the years got later, they were just supposed to look really nice all the time. Better body structure, yeah. Especially since this is gonna weird people out, but back in the ye old days, sleeping with her cousin was kind of just a normal thing for royals. Because royalty was all about power. You have to control all the power. And unfortunately, that means that you're gonna have to keep it in the family most of the time. And I believe they even found out before blood within the family. Exactly. And I think they found out earlier in whatever era, that directly, like, son and daughter is both, like, socially and biologically weird, right? Doing within, like, like, really close family between, like, brother-sister is socially and genetically really bad. Like, humans were not stupid. They know. We've known for years that it is bad to keep it that close in the family. Yeah. Like, that is far enough away that most of modern medicine probably wouldn't have reached them by that point. It also depends on what portion of ancient Egypt you're talking about, because the beginning and end of ancient Egypt is the equivalent of us now to, like, I think it was the medieval era? Maybe a bit sooner than that? Like, the 1400s-ish. Maybe 1300s, around there. It's a huge gap between the start of ancient Egypt and the end. So it really just depends on what part. The royalty that you know of. Yeah. Ancient. Like, probably really early. Which makes sense. Again, they didn't have a lot of medicinal... Well, humans didn't know a lot about medicine at the start of our existence. Which, oh my goodness, shock horror. We didn't know about something that requires study. Like, when we had nothing to study it with, who could have seen that coming? But, yeah. Again, makes sense for them. If you could do it brother-sister at that time, you'd be able to keep it even tighter, so your control of power was even tighter and a lot harder to lose. What? We didn't know inbreeding was a terrible thing. Who could have seen that sleeping with your direct sibling would cause the children to be so horribly mangled? No one could possibly have seen this coming. But yeah, it is a very interesting thing looking through history and seeing how humans originally thought. I mean, for the longest time, we assumed that the way to cure someone who was bleeding out was to give them fucking leeches. No, it wasn't bleeding out. It was, if they caught a cold, you give them leeches, and that will remove all the plague out of their system. I think that's the belief. Whatever it was, they believed that using leeches to remove excess blood from a person's body would cure them of some form of ailment. Like, ancient people didn't exactly know what was going on, but they were doing their damn hardest to figure out what the solution is. They have to be bred really well. It's the reason why sashimi salmon has to be farm bred. You cannot use raw, wild salmon for sashimi. Should probably explain for people who don't know. Salmon that is uncooked from the wild has a good chance of having parasites in it. Like, really, really good parasites. Not like good as in, oh my gosh, you'll be fine. What you look on air for? Yeah, that's just to cover the, bits. But because lots of parasites like raw food, you have to specifically breed salmon in confinement to prevent the parasites from going into your raw salmon. I believe they also have very special storage requirements as well. I think they also cannot be within certain containers with other non-farm bred salmon to ensure that you have the least chance of getting sick from it. What the? Hold on. Okay, it's not the neck. It's the actual skin? Oh god. Alright. Let's figure out where this is. Let's play the game of What the Fuck Did Voice Do Last Time? With your host, Dingle McBarkfan. Hi, it seems that voice somehow accidentally missed the fact that he did not actually color in correctly. This creates devastating effects to the skin layers and makes it very difficult in the future to fix all of his future problems. What a dumbass. Who could have guessed that where warm meets cold, the perfect ideal temperature for where things can grow, gross things. No idea. But yeah, it's very interesting seeing how humans have found problems for simple things. It's very interesting looking at some of my streams, because I just start talking about weird-ass shit sometimes. What are we looking at? What next? Oh, I didn't actually connect that. Did I? Hold on. Oh! You didn't see that. Eat the ginger, not the pigs. I did not paint on the wrong layer this whole time. Shush. I can't believe I was drawing at the wrong spot. That is hilarious. There we go. Maybe form fit that section a bit better. Instead of that far of a gap, maybe like this? That's a bit more realistic. I did not paint in the wrong spot. You have no evidence of this. So long. How do normal furry dress shirts look? Let me check. Furry dress shirt. That. Yes, what I was looking for was actually a design, not fucking. Thank you. Not fucking girly. What the fuck? Fluffy? Maybe? Okay, that's a design. Puffy. Try puffy. Okay. Closer, yeah. Why the fuck would I want to put the fluffy shirt onto a female body? Frilly? We'll try frilly? Oh wait, Victorian. There we go. Okay, so most of the frilliness is at the top of it. Why are half of these female models? I'm not looking for the female model. I'm looking for the male one. Most of the frilly shirts were for men. I don't know why, but they're mostly the male variations. Probably because it's kind of like how birds have like very fluffy feathers. To try and make themselves look more attractive for mates. I guess Victorian people were more into that. Maybe. It's very interesting to see the dynamic between what is considered male and female for outfit designs. And how it progresses over the years, too. Pirate frilly shirts. I got a few references that I saw. Gonna try and freehand. So maybe more like that. Let's try that temporary design. This is mostly temporary, so that way when we go back with more distinct design, we have something to work off of. Oh dear god, that is a long name. Naumburg Men Gothic Ruffle Blouses. Men Gothic Ruffle Blouses. Oh, Nashburg. Neat. That's sort of the design that I was trying to go for before for some of them. Then the buttons, yeah. Lots of these don't have the necktie that I was going for design, but they do look quite nice. I think I got an idea of how to go for it with that kind. Just get rid of this garbled mess. Go for a... Feel it out. Okay, so what if I go for end here? Frill it out a bit more. A bit more out on this side. What, Nick? Hi. He's being noisy again. Hi. What? I think she wants attention. How's that? We go about there. Sort of like that. That's not too bad. We'll have to steal this waffle. Yeah, they look really nice. Yeah, maybe if I ever actually get decent money from a job. Honestly, if I end up getting a decent amount at some point, I really do want to just get a full custom suit for Just for the hell of it, honestly. I also went to the library today to pick up another horror book. That's why I'm getting a bit nostalgic as I'm listening to this music. So, the one I currently got from the library to read is sort of a mystery murder situation. The last one that I read was episode 13, which definitely had a very cool premise, and I actually did enjoy reading most of the book. But the plot, well, the ending of it kind of wasn't as great. I always find that with some authors for horror. They have like a really strong premise, and then at the end, they kind of just backtrack. It's always really jarring whenever it happens, too. It's like, this is a really good book. Oh, well, the ending's kind of disappointing. Not to diss any of the writers either, because writing horror is not easy. A lot of it comes from personal experience, too, but sometimes, is it really that bad to have a horror book and have a real monster at the end? Why do we have to do, like, the... Actually, it was all in their imagination, or fucking... Well, actually, in the end, it was actually this different thing that was going on in the background that you never noticed. Like, now, just give me a fucking real monster! Yeah. I always have trouble reading Stephen King books, but that's mostly just because Stephen King's writing style always seems the same whenever I try and read it. I tried reading a few of his books, and they all read the exact same. Again, talented writer. Same voice. He is! The thing is, you can write a slow book. I mean, fucking Tolkien had a whole cult based around him for slow writing. But you have to either fully embrace it and go full Tolkien, or you don't write fucking slow. The thing is when I was reading this Stephen King book that I was reading, I got through the first page, I was like, I'm not reading this. If I want to read a book this slow, I'll just read fucking Tolkien. At least Tolkien actually, like, tries to describe his environment. Stephen King just feels like he's trying to write Tolkien, but doesn't go into it. That checks out. But again, we're not the target audience for Tolkien. Tolkien's a slow writer. We don't seem to be kind of the people to enjoy slow writing. But we can appreciate that Tolkien can write slow, and his books make sense to be written slow. Stephen King writes slow for stories that are not meant to be written slow. One of my favorite parts about reading Dracula is not the fact that the books are slow. I might have to try Dark Tower then. That sounds nice. But yeah, the reason why I like Dracula so much is not because it was slow, but because the writing style makes sense and is super fun to read. It has a unique writer's voice. If you read Stephen King, every Stephen King book reads the fucking same, which explains how he has 20 books out. all of them have the same writer's voice. None of them try and add to the storytelling of the previous books. Which is fine for certain ones. Your writing style will work really good for certain stories. But you also have to learn to dynamically change your writing style for different types of stories too. If every book that you write sounds the same, you're not writing good books. I don't know, I have a whole thing with Tolkien. I might have to check that out. I usually go to my local library. Because you don't... Well, our local library at the moment doesn't have a fees system. So you can kind of just go and pick up a book and read it and not have to worry about, like, paying the library back. They do appreciate for you to come by to check in, so that way they know you still own the... Well, you still have the book, and it isn't missing in action. They don't have, like, late fees. Yeah, might have to check it out. There's definitely some horror books I want to get a chance to read, but the local library doesn't seem to have. Also, horror's a really hard section to find books in. Because modern libraries apparently think that, oh, horror books should not just randomly appear in there. I think I'll have to draw the pants separately. Yeah. Mostly because I want whenever the jacket to move back and forth to actually be able to move properly and not, like, drag the pants with it. So, should I... No, it wouldn't make sense to fully separate the jacket from the shirt. Superstitious is not a children's horror novel. Absolutely not. Like, some books are not designed for children. I'm sorry. Okay. I enjoyed the presence of children. They can be a delight. But there are some things you just don't show children, alright? You don't show children Berserk, okay? Crazy take, I know. Do not show children Berserk, okay? Berserk mentioned everyone has to start talking about now, apparently. Oh. Thank you, Siri Bot. Let's see. Because I don't need to separate those out. Should probably explain for people who don't know. I'm gonna be doing this, well, animating it in Enochi's creator, so. At least you didn't pick up 50 Shades of Grey when you were small. What is... I forgot that I own that book. One of the books I have on my shelf is just Sex is a Funny Word. When did Superstitious come out? Let's double check. R.L. Stein... It came out 1995. Ooh. I'm sorry, Uni, but you're old now. But yeah, I have a book that's just called Sex is a Funny Word. I got it in grade... I want to say between grade 8 and grade 9, somewhere between then. I got that book. It just sits on my shelf, reminding me that sex is indeed a funny word. Nearly 4... Ooh! I'm sorry to tell you, Uni, but, You're a fossil now. Absolute fossil material. Enjoy your new dusted boots. By the way, I want to preface for people who are curious. Sex is a Funny book. It has like anatomically correct reproductive organs for the pictures in the book. It has like realistic, hand drawn, by the way, cartoon reproductive organs. Fully detailed. Like, oh my god. Ugh, it's burned into my fucking brain. Nope, it's a book that you give to children to teach them about sex. And like all the stuff around reproduction and all that. Like, hold on, let me pull the book down. I need to double check so I can remember. I'm pretty sure it's like anatomically correct too. They might even have like an X-ray vision version. Okay. Oh my goodness, they also have they have fucking zoom-ins for it. Oh my god, I forgot so much about this book. Yeah, no, it is like fully detailed X-ray vision of human reproductive organs. Oh my god, I forgot about all that. But remember, sleeping unconscious people don't want tea. And most importantly, remember this, do not force feed an unconscious person tea. I don't know how many people actually know that video. It's really good. I watch it from I haven't watched it in a little while, but I used to watch it occasionally because it's just like so funny. It is very normal. Just small question for you, Uni. How old do you think I am? It's a very normal book for me. I am curious because I've been given a variety of guesses of ages that I am. I'm curious what your guess is. Sorry to put you on the spot there, Uni. Well, just gonna mute. No, not move. Mute the tab. What's this? Pause. Because I've heard guesses anywhere between sound older, early 20s. I am exactly 20. I've heard people guess that I am in my mid-20s. Some people have guessed that I'm in my 30s. Some people trying to insult me make it seem like I am in my 40s. I am exactly 20 at the moment. Dead 20. And it surprises people when I say that, because a lot of people don't assume that I'm that young. Oh no, I just use 50 Shades because that's the only one I can think of that's really horrible to, like, pick up as a small child. Mostly because I'm thankfully very sheltered and didn't get to go into the adult section until I was in my teenage years. So I never actually got to see much of the smut books in elementary. So 50 Shades is the only one that I know of because that's the main joke on the internet. Funnily enough, I am like a few. I think I'm a few months younger than YouTube itself. So if that helps anyone feel very dated, enjoy. Opera. So I just wanted to show off this video because it's so good. Please do check out the original. Is this one the original? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, no, that. Look, if you write a book as smutty as what the 50 Shades of Grey was, you too would also use a pen name. Oh wait, I have to mute the music. Hold on. There we go.
If you're still struggling with consent, just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. You say, hey, would you like a cup of tea? And they go, oh my God, fuck yes, I would fucking love a cup of tea. Thank you. Then you know they want a cup of tea. If you say, hey, would you like a cup of tea? And they're like, I'm not really sure. Then you could make them a cup of tea or not, but be aware they might not drink it. And if they don't drink it, then, and this is the important
Part.
part,
Don't
don't
make
make
them
them
drink
drink
it.
it. Just because you made it doesn't mean you are entitled to watch them drink it. And if they say no thank you, then don't make them tea.
Tea at all.
Just don't make them tea. Don't make them drink tea. Don't get annoyed at them for not wanting tea. They just don't want tea, okay? They might say, yes, please. That's kind of you. And then when the tea arrives, they actually don't want the tea at all. Sure, that's kind of annoying as you've gone to all the effort of making the tea, but they remain under no obligation to drink the tea.
That's the important part. They don't make them drink the tea.
They did want tea, now they don't. Some people change their mind in the time that it takes to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk. And it's okay for people to change their mind. And you are still not entitled to watch them drink it. And if they're unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people.
Well, that's fair. My particular favorite is Earl Grey. I don't mind most teas. If if the only thing a person has to offer is fucking orange pico, I'm going to say, get the fuck out. But aside from that, I'll drink most teas if offered. Mostly because I'm very polite and I don't care too much. Aside from orange fucking pico. Literally, give me any other tea but orange pico, and I'll do my best to enjoy it. Ginger, honey, and mint. Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, like I said, Earl Grey is my favorite.
People don't want tea. And they can't answer the question, do you want tea?
Hold on.
Not entitled to watch
You
them
said the
drink
best
it.
line in a sec.
And if they're unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people
Don't want tea.
And they can't answer the question, do you want tea? Because they're unconscious. Okay, maybe they were conscious when you asked them if they wanted tea. And they said yes. But in the time it took you to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk, they are now unconscious. You should just put the tea down. Make sure the unconscious person is safe. And this is the important part again.
Don't make them drink the tea.
They said yes then, sure, but
Unconscious people don't want tea.
If someone said yes to tea, started drinking it, and then passed out before they'd finished it,
don't keep pouring it down the throat.
Take the tea away. Make sure they're safe, because unconscious
People don't want tea.
Trust me on this. If someone said yes to tea around your house last Saturday, that doesn't mean they want you to make them tea all the time. They don't want you to come around to their place unexpectedly and make them tea and force them to drink it going, but you wanted tea last week. Or to wake up to find you pouring tea down their throat going, but you wanted tea last night. But if you can understand how completely ludicrous it is to force people to have tea when they don't want tea, and you're able to understand when people don't want tea, then how hard is it to understand it when it comes to sex? Whether it's tea or sex, consent is everything. And
Yeah. Remember, unconscious people don't want tea. Don't make them tea, and especially don't force tea down the throats of people who are unconscious. This has been your TED Talk. I love the video so much. Anytime I get a chance to show it off, I'll show it off. I recommend like watching it a bunch on your own. The animation's really, really cute, and it's definitely a very good reminder for consent information. And it's really good about teaching it too. It's not like, oh my goodness, there's only one way to understand consent. Like, no, you can understand by taking something that you would never think of originally. Yeah. I should probably say the actual people who made the video. One sec. So that way, if you guys want to go find them, you can. Well, the one channel that we watched it on was Blue Seat Studios. Blue seat, like the color blue and what you sit on the seat. And then the other one that I see here is Founds Valley Police. Here, I'll just type it into chat, the second one. I don't know which one's the original. Pretty sure it was the first one. But to avoid any confusion. I don't know why my tablet sometimes duplicates what I type. Valley Police. Yeah. There's two-sided, so there's the two that I see there. I'm pretty sure it's blue seat. Because they have two of them. There's a fucking clean version. There's some... Okay, yeah, no, Blue Seat Studio seems to be the original. There's a fucking British voiceover version. Hold on, wait, I need to see what the British one sounds like. Hold up. This is very important.
If you're still struggling with consent, just imagine instead of initiating sex...
Hold on, I need to hear the iconic line of, unconscious people don't want tea.
Mind, and you are still not entitled to watch them drink it. And if they are unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people don't want tea, and they can't answer the question, do you...
Oh my god, they have a British version too. Oh, that is amazing. I love that so much. Yeah, no, Blue Seed Studios, check them out. They have so many variations of it, and it's absolutely beautiful. Sounds so much better in the accent, too. I really want to know what my accent actually is, because it's not British. It's not Canadian or American. I don't know where my accent comes from, and it worries me a lot where it comes from. The best description I give for the accent is it sounds very aristocratic, but that's it. I don't know what it actually is. There we go. That should even that out, right? That fucking tiny face gets me every time. That looks pretty good. Right. We also have add. Cups. No, not those kinds of cuffs, you fuck. Get your heads out of the gutter. horrible for decades now. I might be able to help you remember it, but I cannot give you any promises. The thinking itself. That still looks slightly off. Man, why do hands have to be so difficult to draw? That'll have to do. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you'll hear my Irish accent this stream. Well, it's because I don't get too exasperated while drawing. Shocking, I know. Okay, with the custom. This should be. And then over the shoulder. I am not Irish, but I do have an. Okay. I'm not sure how Irish I am. There is a chance that I'm Irish on my father's side, just like a slight amount. But as far as I know, I am not like fully Irish, not from Ireland. I developed an Irish accent listening to a bunch of Irish people play golf with each other. Yeah, no, my Irish accent comes from listening to a bunch of Irish people play golf. Oh my gosh, wait. Put it in question marks. Oh, that is the perfect way to set that joke up. Bo! Quotation mark, Kai. On the invention of golf? I have not. Or at least, I don't remember hearing it. I'll prime it on my phone for later. Robin Williams golf. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'll give it a check. Okay, so that flat cross here. Nice! Good job. I'm glad that you can find it. Pants and shoes. Sometimes my typing. Press when you see. Alouetta, shunty, alouetta, alouetta, shunta, boomery. Numb the bird. Oh yeah, he hasn't been on screen for a while. May as well give him some time. Numb the bird. Surprised that you understood the French. Although I guess not that hard when Alouette is the literal name of a bird. What do you think, the react button?
Bro, low-key cooking.
Sure, react bot, thank you. Robin, wasn't it? Alouette? Or are you referring to Robin Williams? Alouette. No, Alouette. Not. There's no M in the word that I was looking for. Copy. Paste. A lark. No! Junta pluma. Body. Junta pluma. Latex. Yeah. It's a very fucked up song. It's for those of you who don't speak French, the song basically is saying that they're going to slowly, pluck at the fucking poor little, lark. Like, pluck the feathers off its head. It's really fucked up of a song. But how I know the song is from Tom and Jerry. Really? Yeah. The shame that I didn't get to learn much more French in elementary. It kind of got replaced by, Indigenous studies, which is a shame, because alongside with not learning French anymore was we didn't learn calligraphy. Which is a real shame. Yeah, cursive and script. Apologies, my lexicon is very interesting. I've always had a weird form of diction. Sometimes I use big words, other times I try to explain things simply. I'm just very weird. Control C, Control V. So, M. Right, I have to do this. Hey, it worked. Kind of. I'll fucking take it. So... Brush. Nice. This, I'll say, is probably the best part about digital art, is that you can't make mistakes. You just have to re-fix your problems. And there we go. Codes are a separate layer. What book were you trying to find? If you're okay with talking about it. If you can't tell, I'm a nerd. I like books. So I am curious. I guess I have to separate the shirt and the coat. That would probably be why the book would be thrown out. The name probably is why it got the boot. To be fair, I don't think a book should be completely thrown out just because of its title, but some of them can get a bit much in terms of its names. That would also probably do it, yeah. Especially if you're a more religious household, yeah. My family wasn't so bad on that, but... I can understand the kids who do have to deal with that a bit more than I did. Let's see. I mean, it would make sense. And it's all cultural stuff. That is the main difference between ghosts and regular horror. Or some family members believe in ghosts more than others. I know my mom believes in ghosts more than the rest of my family do. It has been good since I played the DLC. I know I'm probably a bit too interested in doing horror stuff. A lot of my current stuff for my RPG is mostly horror-based monsters. But I mean, horror just has some of the best monster ideas ever. That's where I got the idea of a creature that lives in a faux dimension. Like a dimension that isn't, well, in between the third and the fourth dimension. Well, yeah, when you open the fucking can of worms of ghosts and horror, you open a big-ass fucking can of worms. Because either your kids are going to love it and will want to see more horror, or your kids are going to be mortified and will never trust you again. Sometimes both. Yeah, no, that checked out, yeah. I don't really watch too many horror movies. I need to find ones that aren't as jump scary. That's the only issue that I have with lots of American horror movies. Just, they're all jump scare horror, which... because of how I am as a person, lots of those jump scares don't really work on me as well as it does for most people. Asian movies, like 19 Steps. Neat. Yeah. But I'm also a person that believes to get good horror going, you pretty much have to forego using jump scares. I mean, if you're just going to constantly remove the tension, why build up the tension in the first place? Wishing Stars. Indeed, indeed. Wishing. Oh, looking at the poster art for it just reminds me of the fucking that terrible, terrible American movie that just like I'm sure you've seen like the fucking few trailers of it. That's just like this fucking tiny Asian ghost saying the least Japanese lines in my fucking entire life. Toyota. Honda. A fucking Akira. But what was it? Hold on, let me check. Ghost Girl. Fake Jap movie. Scary Movie 4. With a fucking small ass child named Hero. 2 R's, by the way. With the fucking tiny ghost child that. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot about that fucking line. It's not a good movie, but it was a very funny scene when I originally saw it. No, what? Stop streaming, that's sad. Yeah. I think I watched the first Scary Movie as well, and then never watched the others. Look, it's a parody series. Designed to be a parody, right? Why would I watch the other ones when the original parody was just fine? They're just gonna rehash the same jokes again. And I guarantee you that's probably exactly what they did. Mel Brooks. I've heard him. Trying to remember which one that was. Mel Brooks movies. Yeah, no, I've seen some of these, yeah. Oh, right, yes, Spaceballs, yeah. I know which one you're referring to now. I'm surrounded by assholes! See, when it comes to just, like, naming something or asking me a question, I probably won't get it immediately. But, like, show me an image and I'll probably remember it almost instantly. I'm very good at image recognition. Fun fact about me, I can almost, like, recognize someone who I've never talked to for, like, several months. Even years in between since I've last seen them. Instantly can recognize their face. Like, I'm really good at facial recognition. Yeah, no, I can't do verbal instructions very well. I have to see a map. But once I see the map, I instantly know how to get to a place. I won't comment too much because lots of people have different ideas of logic skills, but I do play like lots of Sudoku on my spare time because I just like puzzles. Puzzles are fun. Also, I blame my grandfather for getting me into like doing phone Sudoku. Let's see. What are my current stats on... What Sudoku was it? It was... Easy Brain Sudoku. Pixel game? Yeah, they're quite fun. Let's see. Thank you, Advert. That is exactly why I came on here. My current statistics are... I've done one of the easy games, just to get that over with. I've done 2 normal games, 1 both times, 1 once without mistakes. Done 4 hard games, won 4 of them, win rate 100%, 1 without mistakes, 3. Did 10 expert levels, won all 10, and got 5 without making any mistakes. Master, I've done 19 games. I've won 16 of them, and I won 4 of those with no mistakes. They also have a special extreme variant. I won 3 games, and only made and 2 of them I won without making any mistakes. So I'm okay at Sudoku. I also am apparently faster than 99% of the people that play the game. So, take all that information as you will about how I do with logic puzzles. I've never really been a fan of the idea of, like, measuring intelligence by numbers. Because it doesn't tell you anything, especially, like, IQ. That tells you fucking nothing. And that's also fair. Intelligence shows up in many different ways. Like, I'm really good at puzzles, and I'm really good at looking through things. Okay, my thing with IQ tests, and the way that I put it is, IQ tests only measure how good you are at IQ tests. They tell you nothing. Even the people who run IQ tests have to do several, like, the official IQ tests, not the ones that you do online that give you an arbitrary number. The actual, like, in IQ, the intelligence quiz, the people who run those tell you that how they measure it is just what you are good at in those tests, not what those tests are actually measuring. Because those tests tell you fuck all. They tell you how good you are at those tests. That it doesn't tell you anything else. Anyway. Back to drawing. Exactly. People struggle in certain areas and excel at other ones. There are people who aren't as good at many subjects, or all too many subjects, and that's also alright. It's impossible to know everything. And I'm getting a sense of deja vu again. It's alright, I get deja vu all the time. It's fine. I will say, a very interesting thing that I've noticed as I've gotten older is I'm very good at predicting possible future outcomes. Not in the sense of like, oh, you have precognition, but more, I'm very good at potentially guessing what I may have to do in a future situation. Usually, the deja vu is for bad things, but I'm really, really good at predicting what could possibly happen. Now, I'm very good at doing science, I'm good at doing numbers, I'm pretty good at human psychology. Let's see. I'm okay at, like, history stuff. I still do not understand how flirting works. Sudoku's not numbers, by the way. Oh no, like, I do mental math, and I can do long equations very quickly writing down. Like, when it comes to math, in elementary school, I was teasingly given the nickname Human Calculator because of how good I was at numbers. It's alright. Math is not a subject that lots of people are very good at. Mostly because math does not discriminate. If you understand a part of math, you'll probably understand a different section. Oh, I can do both. I don't like writing it down, but I can write down how I got an answer. The best way that I can describe math to people is math is really just addition, division, and brackets. That's all you need to know for math. Subtraction, well, that's just addition of negative numbers. Multiplication, that's just adding multiple times. Powers, well, that's multiplication, which, like we said, is just addition with extra steps. The only ones that are unique are brackets and what's it called? Division. Division's weird because you're kind of like taking groups of numbers and then putting them in separate spots. It's kind of hard to explain without explaining how multiplication works, but that's why I separate it out. And brackets are weird because they're the only one that isn't really numbers, but more holding things together. It's like saying brackets is the equivalent of commas and periods. It's technically in English, but it's not like a letter that you use. But yeah, the rest of math is just addition and division. If you know those two concepts, you can do the rest of math. I guess until you get into fucking imaginary numbers. Those ones are weird. But imaginary numbers are weird in general. And that's also fair. It's why we have fucking calculators in our pockets now. That way, people don't have to, like, rely on accountants for everything. And yes, the feet do look weird, and that's for a reason. It's mostly because I didn't want to draw feet. I'll kind of show you. Turn off original. This guy. There he is. This fucking thing. Look at this. Look how the feet is set up on my reference model. Look at this shit. How am I supposed to understand what the fuck these feet are supposed to look like? Hold on, let me pull this fucker up. You see this? This is the toenail right here. That's the fucking toenail. That too. And right here is this toenail there. Section one. I would, but like, again, this is the fucking toenail. His feet is essentially... Okay, this is like the base of the foot, right? His fucking toes are fucking curled. Maybe a bit less curled, hold on. His fucking toes are curled. Look at this. He's fucking curling those toes. Yeah, I don't know why he's fucking curling them, but it made it a lot harder to figure out how to draw the toes. Anyway, back to drawing feet, I guess. But the boxes are just mostly there to help me figure out how big I should draw the feet. What is my purpose? To help me figure out how feet look. Oh my god! I have to make this a bit bigger. What if I go... like that. You. That should be good. Then we can make this go down a bit further. Help accentuate that. Yeah. I have to first make sure that the shoe wraps around it. The main purpose of this current layer is just to help with modeling it. Try to make it point to this point. Right here. Yeah, my audience has been trying to force me to finish my model because I'm very lazy and didn't want to work on it. What if we go a bit further up like this? Put it in. Actually. Draw a line there. Like so. About there. A bit too far out. Nope, I'm drawing with the stylus. I just have very shaky hand. This is what looks like on mouse. Pen, mouse. Yeah, no, it's just I'm not very used to drawing on digital. I've been drawing physical for most of my life, so the switch to digital just removes it. Yeah. Bit of a psychological disconnect from drawing digital to physical. It's whatever. The hardest part, honestly, is just remembering that human body parts are supposed to look very organic. I think what really didn't help with the model that I chose for this is that it is very center designed, making it a lot harder to turn it into a 2D model, just because all the designs are really flat. Left one looks a lot nicer. I think we'll just adjust it a little bit. Now, here's a little artist trick for you. If you're working with a model that's mostly symmetric with slight asymmetric designs, what you can actually do is, hold on, not do that. You can just steal a part of the body that you've already done, copy it, paste it, grab your move tool, and just fucking replace the other side that you're doing. Just a little artist trick for you, but between you and me, you know. But voiceover, that's lazy. Don't you feel terrible about cheating in your art? No. Wait, go back. And look at that fur. Indeed, those are legs. Yep. I know the fucking knee is not there again. One sec. Fuck. Yeah. Oh, I know why. No, it's completely symmetrical. Because I'm very lazy. What? I'm lazy? You guys could never have guessed. I mean, the only part that you guys need to care about is that face, right? And it looks good. It's slightly asymmetric. So it looks human, you know? It looks fine to you guys. You don't need to see the entire symmetry of the rest of the body and the fact that the hands are in a fucking T pose. You just need to focus on the head. The head's the important part for you. And then we cheat by... Shit, I keep mixing the two up. Horizontal, see? And then you never will notice the difference. What? What's that? Oh my goodness, I completely drew that by hand, right? My goodness. you guys. I'm such a great artist, being able to replicate exactly what I drew on the left by hand. Yeah, no, I'm such a great foot artist. That could definitely be hired to draw feet. Oh. That would be why. Needs higher heels? Hmm. Absolutely correct. Wind them out a bit. Right. I can't wait to get made fun of for having heels on this model. That's fine. It's stylistic. Okay, Taishi. Yeah. I do remember some things from art class, though to be fair, it's also been... How many years since I've taken art class? Two? Yeah. I did 3 courses of art class throughout my 4 years in high school, so... I remember some things and don't remember others. Is there any other flair that I'm missing for this design? Coat's good. Arms good. Legs look decent. I guess just fix this up. Actually, his feet might be a bit tall compared to mine. I have a really short torso, but long legs, though. As far as I can tell, the model is actually relatively close to my own body proportions. Yeah. You're talking about the length. To be fair, the feet are supposed to actually be facing forwards for this design, so... It's really hard to say whether they're too short, or if I'm not accentuating that they're much more forward than they're supposed to be. Because if it's by the actual ratio, I think the feet should be about there, technically. Because it's supposed to be front-facing. It is technically anatomically correct. It's just, if you try and view it as any other angle, it looks weird. Yeah, I noticed that these parts were a bit off. That might be part of the problem. Get rid of that one. Yeah, I figured it was that straight line, because it was getting the illusion that the feet were going forward instead of front. We're going sideways instead of going front. We just mess with that. Hold on, wait, actual one. There. Not messing with that one. Just give the illusion that the feet are going out further than they actually are. Okay, the left one looks a bit more right. I think we make this one a bit flatter too. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Flatten out the toe of the sheet. Take you. Work first. Here? Or are you referring to this bit? That section. Oh. brush. I think that's all the sharp corners? Maybe the tip of the shoe, but that's about it. Yeah. To be fair, I don't really draw feet all that often. Most of my drawings of people just end up being face drawings, so... Never really pay attention to foot anatomy. Shock hard, the VTuber isn't that into feet. Who could have guessed? Felt like that section was a bit too small. Okay, that's about right. I mean, realistically, for an actual model, you could cut off that entire portion of the model, and literally viewers would never know the difference on your model. They would never know. You just cut off anything below that line, literally no one watching would be able to tell. Especially since, okay, you go about here on the line, usually VTubers cut off like right about there. So everything up here is all that you actually see. Yeah. Like I said, it usually you just have like the upper... You usually have the bicep muscles that people can see for the model. The shoulders, the neck, and the head. You usually don't see lower than the biceps. You definitely don't see the hands. You won't be doing jumping jacks. Definitely not, no. In these fucking heels, dude would be lucky to survive a single day doing jumping jacks. That looks a bit more evened out. Cops barrels running for the Navy. What's this fucking random ass lore I'm being assigned? Do the other shoes look stiff? A little bit. I can work that up on my own. Action. I mean, it's not designed to be navy-like, but I mean, I can kind of see it. The design is more what I think a voice would look like if given a physical form. I should lower these just a little bit. There? Beauty! That actually looks good. I made a set of round glasses. There's also a set of square glasses. Also, you will not believe how I solved the scar issue. Because I was having difficulty trying to make it look good. Because I wanted to actually, like, look decent while it's moving. Too modern. Yeah, I'll definitely play around to see what looks best for the toggles. Because these square glasses are a bit closer to my personal style, like wearing square ones, but the other ones might be good for something a bit more antique. Let's see, where's his eyes? Eyes. Alright, you ready? You won't believe the solution that I found, the right eye, alright? It's not on the lash layer. It's not on, like, the eyeball layer or the whites, right? The solution I found was on the fucking outline layer. I put a slight amount. I should remove the rest of the face so you can see. The eyes have a slight section underneath. Just a slight section underneath, so that way the whites actually, like, stay in there. If I remove the outline, you can see that the whites go a bit past. The whites in the eyes go a bit past. But because I want the scar to actually look good, right? Because if I move the scar too high up, it starts going through other layers, right? Can't have that going. So my solution was just fucking... I just draw the scar over the eye section as part of the solution. Is it the jankiest solution to the problem? Absolutely. But it works. I also separate off the ears, so... If, for example, I just remove hair, the ears will still stay on the model. Oh yeah, I don't know why the mustache layer is on a separate section. Should also be in the hair layer, but whatever. Honestly, it's enough of a solution that it just works. Okay, hair. Put it in with the beard. That way, when I remove hair, it can just remove all of it. Yeah, because I also have a hair down design. I still gotta make sure that I get the peaks on it right, but that's why I have to separate it out. The hair down actually was pretty hard to do, because I have to separate out the hair bangs as well to make sure that works properly. Oh yeah, I also made a very janky way to do that, where the ears are their own separate layer. Because I can't have the ears here, because well, I can't have the ears higher up, because then they can't be seen elsewhere, so... it appears in a different spot. Hair flick is a separate part because it has to move as well independently. Because when you move your head, it's not like all of your hair all of your hair goes in the same direction. The hair flop will maybe go a bit more forward than the other ones and then move back further as well. While your hair on top moves in shorter movements because it's heavier. Oh yeah, I also have a hair base that hides the bone. And there's a very, very hard to see sheen on there. Because I made him very pale. People are noting how pale he is, but it is intentional. I did make him pale for a reason. I did not just make him pale because I wanted to. I did have reasons. But yeah, I also have the base hair, this, on the bottom of everything, so you can actually, like, see the hair move on its own in the background. There's also a separate one for the hair down design. Of course, if the hair is down, the back hair is also going to look different because it's not going to be coming out of the same spot. Just little details that I have to assign differently because it works differently. Alright, I also have like several mouth things. No, not the ad, yeah. But that's basically how I did all the head stuff. Okay. We'll start with the tie. The tie's gotta be gold, right? It's gotta be. So we'll go for this guy. Underneath it. I mean, look at that. Yeah. A mouth inside the mouth. It's just that way, if I have different movements of the mouth that I want to do, I can do them. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but I added a ditto face to it, cause free will. Is there anything on the tie that I should change for design-wise? No, I'm pretty happy with the tie itself. Probably not going to change the color of my brush strokes. Not for this model, at least. Right. When I'm done my regular one, I'm gonna have to take this model and create a, what's it called? A profile picture with it. For the channel and all that. Yeah, that's not too bad. Definitely the right color choice. So we got K. D for gold. There, I guess. Probably there. Grab the brightest one. And yeah, a little bit. Can we do that? Give it that. I mean, from a distance, no one's gonna notice. But a bit closer inspection, it doesn't look too bad. Oh. Alright. Let's fix details first, and then we can add the color on afterwards. So, let's put that below you. Let's clean this up a little bit. So, drop you. Let's see. Drop that. That stands out a bit better. We do have airbrush. This one is layer. My favorite one. I don't know. I just started coloring it and just went with whatever I felt looked right. You on you. About like there. Maybe a bit lighter. So oh. No worries. You take your sleep and enjoy it. Hope you enjoy your next 24 hours. I'm glad you can come by to hang out for a bit. Even if it wasn't all that long of a time. It's always nice having just an extra pair of eyes looking at art, honestly. Art is a lot easier when you can have multiple people giving their impression. No worries, no worries. I'll definitely try and see if I can check out some new books while I get down. I mean, that looks good. We can maybe do just with this. Get more of a light gold color. Like so. Dump it on that. That. Oh. Or instead, play a bit more. Hi, Gork. Ram? Flag of my home country. Well, I'm Canadian, so... Not sure you guys want to see me butcher making a Canadian flag, gonna be honest. Oh yeah, no, that definitely stands out a lot more with a separate color for it. This? You're telling me I don't have purple hair and golden eyes? My goodness, I never would have known. Thank goodness you helped me there, Cork. But I guess if you guys really want to see reference ad, I guess. Fucking quick Canadian flag. It's probably the most annoying flag to draw. Thing is, the background of it is really easy to do. You just have to do 3 fucking lines. Like mayonnaise. A green suit. You just want me to be fucking Irish, don't you? Let's see. The hardest part about drawing the Canadian flag is this fucking leaf. This is the hardest part. Jared Leto. What do you think? Was he Irish? I don't know. Let me double check. Fucking. The leaf is so annoying. Canadian flag. Okay. I see. That's where I went wrong. It's a lot more. That part's a lot larger. This part's a bit further out. Sure. Canadian flag. Fucking. Red. Deep red. Sure, and the rest of that. Fuck. Oh, I forgot that part. Boom. There you go. Canadian flag. And it's gone. Man, when you hide the parts of it, it's a lot easier to see what you're working on. There we go. I hope you're satisfied there, Gorg. How long have I been going? Just because I do want to work a little bit in the RPG, I did get some writing for it done. Been drawing for 2 hours straight. We got a whole design on that. And we already started coloring it, so we'll take like a 15 to 30 minute break. I'll the art for now. Because I do want to work a little bit on the RPG, because I actually am getting closer to to finishing it than I originally thought I'd be. The hardest point currently for it is I need to design 4,000 cards, roughly, give or take, and like several hundred abilities for like every character. So really excited to do all that writing. The animation scripting is going fine, mostly. Oh yeah, I didn't ask you. How are you doing, Lorgor? Hope you're doing good. You guys can see what I'm writing. Yeah, that's fine for now. And yes, I do also have like information on fucking writing languages for the system. You will not believe how annoying it was for me to write Orcish, okay? I stuck fingers into my mouth to try and recreate how an orc would actually talk like, just to figure out what sounds they can actually make with giant fucking tusks. Alright, so you better be happy about it. Oh, skills, I also have a whole section on leveling up that I worked on. This is for multi-classing there. EXP per level. EXP is not all that easy to come by. As you can even see here, dire rats, alright, are like half EXP. Like ancient dragons, so it's the only thing that's like really high, and they're like 5 EXP, 5 to 10 EXP. No, probably 10. 10 would probably about right. The amount of energy you get increases. How many cards you get. This one's E. Skill progression. Like I said, I think it's just 9? 1 and 9 don't get any interesting things, because 5 gets the bonuses for energy increase. Which is fine, you don't need to have everything all the time. With 3 and 7 going, you basically have lots going on already. Every other level, basically. Artifact. Oh right, forgot about the fucking legendary spirit artifact. This one is so fun though. Full well. In effect would make you look, reveal, or search X cards with a finite amount. Replace all numbers with all item of the search. For example, if you're looking for preface card, prepare, relax, equipment, focus. One of those cards, it instead replaces with find X, find all of them, or look at X number of cards. You instead look at all cards in that section. It's actually kind of a fun idea. Devil's Dinner Belt. The spell appears to be a normal drill bell, capable of being attached to a string. If you attempt to ring it, it does not make a single sound. If anyone speaks alive within 30 meters of the artifact, it will ring once. Which I think is like such a fun idea. Souls, yeah. Combat. So this section I did a few updates in. Attack versus defense rules. So essentially, what this part is telling you is how you do. Well, how you do combat. In D&D, you roll both the attacking player has to roll the dice. In this, there's two ways to do it, but in both ways, the defending player always has to make the pull. Which makes sense, because if you, as the defending person, you're the one who's going to make the mistake and accidentally get yourself hurt. It's generally not the attacker who outsmarts you. You just end up making the mistake. It's generally how combat works, is you kind of just... It's a game of trying to hit your opponent before they hit you back. And generally, it's the person defending themselves that makes the mistake first. Generally. You guys don't care about any of those things. Oh man, I love... My favorite monster that I've made for this game is the fucking false specters. They're so much fun. I have a system that prevents players from like instantly dying if their HP drops to 0. Yeah, that's right. You won't believe how long it took to do the difference between burning, frozen, and paralyzed. Because they're basically 3 ends of the same stick when it comes to writing how they work. And it took me so fucking long just to get it to work properly. I just had to switch out Q. Q. Because Q doesn't exist anymore. Energy would have to be 0 on that. Which would make sense, because you won't have any energy that you'd be expending, so... Okay, that works. I got an idea for an artifact. It'd have to be a body artifact, so... its effect is... Ooh, wait, what if I call it... armor ballot. That part is to false status effects unless otherwise stated. And from allow it to move up forward. Nice. So basically, you can put on this armor ballot on, for example, like your arm. Your arm now is immune to being frozen and can still be able to attack. You may not be able to move and attack, but you are able to still move that body part. Ooh, wait! I got a brilliant idea for Ronan. Powers and right. Okay. I'm seeing how Ronan work. That'll be fun. So essentially, gain a artifact holds. Oh. Essentially, Ronan gets to equip a very specific special subsection of artifacts called Oni. That allows them to gain special powers. Okay, I like it. That's gonna be fun. I actually have to really... So, just gonna distract you guys for a wee bit. You're at the Jiggly the subway. Oh, there we go. I'll be right back. Sorry. Nature calls. I returned, I suppose. Sorry, nature had to call, so. We'll get some more writing done, and then we'll continue drawing. I feel like the Arachnoians are pretty balanced. For this reason and this reason alone. Null energy is basically useless in the game because nothing uses null. Pretty much. So you have to use that 2 additional to turn it into a different color, different kind of energy. And the extra set of weapons sounds great, but you're also using your energies less efficiently outside of attacks, and your attacks do half damage. So essentially, you're basically giving yourself a nerf for basically a few more options and extra weapons. I do like the ants being better in closed spaces. Well, obviously they gotta have a attack stat. That all checks out, yeah. Like that all makes sense to me. Oh, did you eat already? You fat bastard. Yeah, you're fat. Chubby.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, and the beetles are better. They can fly higher than the. Which one was it that flies? The soulless one. But their weakness is that they're worse at doing stuff while flying.
Yeah.
But a soulless weakness is that they are much more frail. And don't walk as well, but. You can definitely tell which aspects of the game I have way more fun writing than others. Orcs were pretty fun. They're kind of unique. Ba, ba, ba. This is probably my favorite one for orcs. The white orc being able to heal people a lot easier. Ow. Good. Good. Now, to be on par with the other one, I guess we'll remove that for now. Oh, wait. minimum of 0. I don't want players thinking that if they have thick skin, that they're immune to damage. No. It just means, well, that they can heal from getting attacked. Because negative would imply that they start gaining or increasing their health pool. Oh, you guys can't see the screen. That's alright, you don't need to see what edits we're doing. Right, you guys don't care about what I'm changing. None of this information makes sense to you guys, but essentially the range that they're in, what stats that they use for their character. This one's just for the lower section that you'll see in a sec, and this is just what kind of artifact that they're specialized in. Ta-da. Yeah. This part is a work in progress. I have to log how much damage players do and take, and how much monsters do and take. Because I can theory craft a bunch with the cards that I write, but honestly, it'd be faster, easier, and honestly more entertaining to figure out what's like by actually testing it. That's fine. Yeah. Could be interesting to see players use blasters, since blaster is a gun class. Hex mages are gonna be interesting. Clerics are kind of boring. But I mean, what do you expect? They're fucking clerics. Druids, they'll be interesting because of the aspects of nature that they uphold, but that's about it. Karuvas are gonna be interesting because they're basically mask characters. They summon masks to use. That's why I had to edit the Ronins. Knights are probably the most intricate system so far. Because they have fucking orders that they use. I'll probably have to do knights differently for skills. Like their hero skills, because of their order. This is one that I'm going to be testing out with people for the damage, the Matimos. It's partially derived from the word for oracle in Greek. What's cool about them, though, is they get orbs, as well as insight cards that allow them to search decks, which is going to be really fun to play around with. They only get one orb, but the orbs that you can choose from are very fun. You have one for action, one for pref, and one... I'll just read the description, you guys can see how fun this will be to play with. Choose a deck. Look at the top 3 cards of that deck. Choose one action or pref card among them, and place that card into its owner's hand, and put the rest on the bottom in any order. That card gains retain until your next turn. What that means, gameplay-wise, is you get to look at any person's deck. This means monsters and players, including yourself. You get to look at the top 3, choose a card among them, and you get to put into their hand. Rest goes on the bottom, and then the person who gets the card can hold on to it until the next turn. It is insanely powerful. But I'll do my baseline for that first. Pomaku or Illusionist. Ranger is kind of fun to play. They get pets, so they can just tame random animals. As long as the DM allows you to tame them, right? But you can tame you can tame tiny, small, medium, and large. You can't do anything larger than large and anything smaller than tiny. And depending on the size depends on what abilities they can have. Tiny ones can't be... You can't ride tiny, you can't have them hunt, and you can't have them as weapon valet, basically carrying tools. Small gets to be a weapon valet, but they can't hunt or transport either. Medium allows you to ride them, and large you can obviously ride. I will go through the rogue section. I just want to make sure that all the other ones are a bit balanced out for their specialties. Okay, that's fair. Sorcerers are interesting because they get tarot cards, which is going to be an interesting mechanic to work with. It can enhance their cards, it can also make it worse, so... There are 4 tarot decks. 1 cups, swords, and pentacles, yeah. I did remember 4. Warlocks get different types of patrons, which I gave a varying degree that you can choose: mystic, demonic, godly, elder, and ancient. Which is gonna be fun. Witches get their domains. They also get elixirs, which is gonna be fun for them to play around with. And wizards are wizards. Let's see. Do I have one for all the different types of magic? I don't have one for electricity yet. The other ones do have an option. Combat. Living entity. Okay. Okay. That should give me a sort of blueprint for Dawn Magic. I need at least an example of each magic type. So that way, when I go through later to try and write spells for them, it gives me an idea of what spell would be in what area. For example, Ruby is about elements of physical form. So obviously, the max power of it allows you to have a body comparable to that of Heracles, or be able to conquer storms the size of entire castles. I like the note of every 10 minutes spent to cast it increases by 10 kilometers squared, which, if you guys don't know, is huge. Size of the White House, kilometers. So, in American terms, it is okay. Square kilometers. It is 0.05. So this storm will cover about. These other numbers don't matter. Ten kilometers. 10. That would be 0. Oh wait, that's the what no, I think so. Oh, let's try square meters. Fine. I guess. Meters to square meters. That would be about 51. No, that's still wrong math. Okay, it'd be 0.05 square meters. So it would take about 5. It'd be 100,000. So it'd be 2,000 White Houses to make up the area of one version of that spell. Just one use of that spell would take 2,000 White Houses. That's only 10 minutes of focus casting the spell. If you were to take 1 hour, instead of being 2,000, it would actually be 12,000. Hold on. How large is the city? Or town? Size. Square. Kilometers. Meter. Let's go. Oh, that city squares. town size. Average city size kilometer. There we go. That might help. So 60 kilometers. Average. Kilometers. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so if we go into, let's go Newfoundland, why not? Population density per square mile. None of these tells you land size. What the fuck? Land area square. So this spell covers about one of those 10k, so that's about it's less than 1% the size of land area in Newfoundland Labrador. If we go to PEI, yeah, that's also under 1%. But that's also an entire fucking island that is over 1,000 kilometers big. Square kilometers big. It is a huge amount of area. I don't care about population. Okay. Most medieval cities took up 1 square mile. Square mile, the square meter, is super fucking small. Do this to fucking square kilometer? Okay. You would be able to cover in medieval towns, which have, if we take like this size that we see right here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like a few hundred people. I don't give a shit. Okay. Let's assume it is a small village that they're referring to here. Just under 100 people, 1 square mile. It would cover that small village 5 times over for the base version of that spell. This is assuming that that's supposed to cover a village for 100 people. Alright. Not even a large amount of that stuff, alright? Just a very, very, very gross small amount. See, look how much of a population this fucking map has. There's so many fucking towns here. It looks small. It probably is one of those, but it could be a town which has thousands of people. It would cover 5 of those. At minimum, that's 5,000 people that would be attacked in under 10 minutes. Highest end is 30,000 people potentially in danger. Again, 10 minutes of preparation for the spell. 1 hour. That goes into... How much would 1 hour require? 10? No, that's 25. Even more. 40. Bit less. 25? Ooh, we're almost there. 23. 24? 23. So that's 23 square miles, so that's 23 medieval cities. Oh wait, no, if we're going by city... Oh no, wait, that's... Hold on, that's even worse. Okay. That's 23 of them for 1 hour of making it. That would become... 23, so... Minimum... 6,000 times 23... to... What was it? 30k? 20k. Times 23. Which is a... Oh my goodness, at the max, it would be the same amount as a Metropolitan. Which is, by the way, larger. It would be able to deal the same amount of damage as to an actual largest city in the 16th century in Mesoamerica, alright? That is a huge, huge fucking amount. That is in-fucking-sane. For one spell. It does take you an hour to get up there, but it will do it. Which I think is kind of valid. Because you have to spend an entire hour sitting there charging the spell up. A person seeing you charge on this mountaintop as you prepare your spell, or in town, is gonna look at you funny. I don't know how to tell you, people are gonna look at you funny if you sit in the corner casting a spell for an entire hour, so... But yeah, that's why I have to do the magic in a weird way, which is... I start at the biggest end, so you know what the max of the magic can do, and then work your way down. Because when you know the maximum of the magic, you'll be able to figure out what the minimum of the magic is. I do like the idea of Toonie illusion, where you can kind of just manipulate the world in Toon logic, where you could basically like pull out a giant fucking hammer from your butt and start using it to turn people into confetti or something. Because honestly, we need more interesting magic. Not so fun when you can just cast Fireball 5 times. Barrier. Target. Turns. Work on barrier. Break makes sense. I gotta work on that section a bit more. Encore. I do like Gamble quite a bit, and the fact that at 10% you just turn yourself into a fucking chicken. It's fun. Do that, so it's a bit more punishing. And but yeah. Yeah, that's a bit more even. So essentially you have to get over 20 higher, or over 10 higher to get in fair. Oh wait, no, that'd be 20 under, right? No, under. 10 under. So 11 under, 10 higher. No, 10 lower, 11 higher. Yeah. Takes priority enemies. Exit HP. No higher than your maximum. Yeah. He checks out. AD equal attack. Mass X. Yeah, mass makes sense. A. Additional effects are replaced by targets until end. Generally, you'll already play the card, but E is important for certain recognition of cards. Right, excellent. Yeah, that's fine. Poison is good. Use when you're attacked. Trust your man. Other actions turn. Some is fine. Targets hit higher than the ground. Oh. That should be good there. Okay. I have to check that. Okay, it's a bit longer of a break than I was intending. That's fine. could take a break just for today. I mean, we got a new output down. For design that I'm actually really happy with currently. Like, that is really, really nice for design. And the cloak is actually really, really nice to look at. I'll have to fix those shoes. I'll have to fix a few of the designs here just to work a bit nicer. There it is. I think I'm getting a bit more used to actually drawing. So we should show in reference to the original schedule. So this was the original sketch that I got for the design. Yeah. His feet still look cool. The hands there weren't too bad. Definitely could use improvement. The head design went through an additional change. Just get a bit nicer looking. And then we end up with this facial design, which I think still looks really good. We didn't get the hair flip that the original design had for the regular face. But I think having it in the hair down design is way better of a choice. I mean, look at that. That looks pretty good for the hair down. So we just need to get the second outfit design done. There's one other outfit design. There is one thing I want to sculpt first. Goes over you. You guys won't get to know too much about because I'll be working on that part on my own. But let's get the first bit of it sculpted. That way it's a bit nicer to look at. Hi, Mix. What's up? Yes, love you too. Oh, what's up? Hi. What? I love you. You mean no? Hi. What's up? Hi. What? You decided to come investigate. Hi. I see. So you want to lick my face. Is that it? I love you. Come on over. You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi? I don't know if you guys can hear that. He's pouring like crazy. Hi. Yeah, you can sit down. Hey, no, not the tablet. You can sit on my lap, not the tablet. That's what I was gonna fuck you. Hi. About. Alright. Probably stop designing there for today. We did get quite a bit, so we did fully design the robes. We got a better template for doing shoes now, so that should be a lot easier to do. What else did we fix? We kind of fixed the left finger. That one's just gonna be annoying to do in general. The eyes are still my favorite part. Look at those. Look how much attention to detail they have. Last time we fixed the blush, that's good. Yeah, and that fucking tie is going to stand out so much more than everything else. I mean, already, look, it stands out so much compared to just a purple black background. If we do that against a white, the pastel color. If we do that against darker purples and white, it should like stand out completely. Actually, the actual design here should actually be black in there, right? Then go for darkish purple in here, which then down here we can go for a more goldish color. I think that would serve the look best. One sec, there is one thing I noticed I kind of want to do. Outfit to shirt and coat. How do I want to do it? Maybe like over here as the edge. Comes around in here. How's that look? If I just remove this section. Maybe a bit higher, like so. Here. Then instead of rounding off this edge, yeah, it would more come out like so. And that would show it off so much better. Then in here we can have a special decal. But we better do that on both sides. Possibly. what we could do is, in this section later, we can have it so that way this part is technically underneath. So when it moves, that under bit follows with it. So it would essentially be covering the entire tailcoat like so. Then when the model goes and moves, that tailcoat swishes about properly. We'll play with that. We'll see how that goes. But that gives me an idea of how to do it in the future. So, Dave, you got anything to say, Reactbot?
Wait, was that Markiplier?
No, I'm not Markiplier. You bitch. Alright. I think we're gonna go raid Star Song, because why not? So, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry that this stream was not as entertaining as some of the other ones. Mostly because I wanted to do the art already, so that way you guys can't, like, force me into doing art later. But, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to catch you all in the next one, I suppose. Bye-bye. Also, bye YouTube. Boop. I get bye YouTube.